All right, let me make sure. Give him a little stool. Make sure you guys are. So this is the macaroni and cheese. I just want to make sure it's on. Yep. So what we're gonna do? You're gonna take your mise en place. You're gonna get your. This is your saute pan, skillet. Several different names for it. Teflon coated, so it's easier to clean. I want you guys to get the heat on. About a medium flame, or if you're using electric, you want to have it on about medium. Okay, because you don't want to burn your butter. If you want to use oil, that is your prerogative. The reason we put the paper on here is because I want the butter in first. I want that melted before you add your peppers and onions. Okay. So we're gonna get this melted. You can turn it up a little bit to get the butter melted. Your pasta from yesterday should have the oil on it, so it should be nice and broken up, like it shouldn't stick too bad. Okay, we're gonna get this melted. What I have here is my mise en place from yesterday. Pasta that's cooked pasta, peppers and onions measured out. This is 1 cup. These cups are measured 1 cup. This big one is a pint, and the tall ones are quarts. So this is 1 cup of shredded aged cheddar and 1 cup of heavy cream. It's 40% heavy cream. Okay, at the grocery store, it might be called whipping cream. All right, so we're gonna have these opened, so you're ready to go. All right, so see how thick that cream is? So your butter's getting melted. Go ahead, put in your peppers and onions. Okay, you want to cook these till they're kind of translucent, maybe a little color to them. You can season as you go if you'd like, or season at the end, okay? Add salt, pepper. I'm showing you the basic way to do this, so you can do it at home as well. So you're gonna cook these, they'll start getting aromatic. You don't want this too hot because your butter will burn, and then your vegetables will get really, really charred. You do have to cook this, okay? A lot of people are like, well, I don't want that in my macaroni and cheese. That's fine, put it aside, but you have to learn the saute part. So you guys see this? I'll put it up close. That's cooking. We'll put a little higher. It's starting to get very fragrant. It smells good. At this point, you know, it would be a good time if you want to add some thyme, rosemary, basil, anything like that you could kind of toss in here. One thing I was going to do, just to make it a little different, is use a little bit of lime to give it some acid. I know a lot of people think, oh, I don't want to put that in my mac and cheese, but it gives it a pretty good flavor. All right, you'll start to smell this, and it smells absolutely awesome. So, see the translucent of the onion? That's what I'm going for right there, okay? I will add a little bit of salt. Always put the salt in your hand, and then pinch it out of your hand. Don't just start dumping, because that's gonna, you can easily way over season this. Okay, so now that that's cooking, you want to add your mac. Okay, put the macaroni in there. I'm gonna toss mine, but what I want you guys to do is just stir this up, okay? You gotta get this hot. You don't want it too hot though, okay? Once that's mixed, go ahead and add your cream. All right, get all that in there. All right, see that? See how it's kind of incorporating? Basically, you're gonna wanna fill up every one of these little tubes with your cream. All right, see how it's getting that nice color to it? Adjust your heat. This is gonna thicken because this is heavy cream, so it's a lot of fat. Once the water starts cooking out of that fat, it's gonna thicken. You're just gonna leave the fat in the pan, the water's evaporating out. So this is looking good. You're gonna keep cooking this. This pasta almost feels, I might take a piece out, feels a little, oh, that's good. So see the nice bubbles coming up? And you can see the hot spots on this pan. See how this is bubbling back here? It ain't doing squat up here. It's got this pan's got a hot spot. All right, we're still working. So this does need a little bit more salt. I need to get salt and pepper shakers in here. So we're gonna add that. If you wanted to add like a hot sauce to this or something, you could do it now. Like I said, I was gonna do a little bit of lime. So I don't want that cream to curdle with the acidity of this. So I want it to make sure it's getting hot first. We're gonna stir it up a little bit. Sorry to check my clock. I'm gonna squeeze my lime in there. And then just keep stirring, okay? That's gonna give it a little bit of acidity. And then once you see these bubbles start to come up, see how they're very big right now? Once they come up and they're starting to shrink down in size, like it's hard for them to escape from the liquid, that means it's getting nice and thick, okay? Keep moving this. I'm gonna add some pepper. I'm gonna do a little pinch. Okay. All right. Toss it. See how it's getting thick? Now, pull it off the heat. Start adding your cheese. Okay. Turn that heat down, and then scrape all that cheese in here. And you just keep stirring this, okay? This is gonna thicken up real quick. But you wanna keep that heat low. You don't wanna like scorch this. Oh yeah, look at that. This is real easy to make. See how that cheese is getting nice and melted? See that color it's starting to get now? So this is aged cheddar. Difference between this and like other cheddars is just basically the age of it. So the longer a cheese sits out, the more crumbly it gets because the age gets, you know, the moisture content gets lower. So it gets nice and rich in flavor. But look at that. See how that turned out? Oh yeah. So unfortunately, I can't even eat this because I'm diabetic and I am gluten intolerant, so this is just a tease. But I want you to see how creamy that is. See how the cheese melted in there perfectly? Season it, taste it, season it to taste. And that is your homemade mac and cheese that you guys mise en place. All right, so try it. You don't have to share it, but you can share it too. So that is it. Have a good day.